It's good. Low talks.
For a meeting that's not happening.
We still let you act.
I know, I didn't break any. Oh, just ducky. So you're kind of ready, right? Go home and tell the truck on fresh gas.
Oh, from the hacker.
We're trying to decide. Well, we're trying to get straight. What's it been used for? A couple of us are like, let's be careful. So, you know, we're doing this. We're doing it.
So you can ask, right? Do the best you can. You did.
Which they may have like, I thought we were nice. You know,
I love that room.
you know, you're in it, we can just try it.
How is it done?
Of course, great.
Good.
And it's a good one.
How big a staff do they have now? How big a staff?
What do we call it? Where you go, and you can do it on this time of year. At the gym, we have about 40 staff. I did mine 40 or 50 for the after school childcare. Some of them are like 110 people, so you can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
And yeah, my son goes to the gym.
Payroll.
Oh, really? It's systems wise?
No, just.
Try to get everybody to get everything. I tell you that. Oh, yeah.
Scott, it is a public meeting, but the Vernon Street withdrawal is out there. Okay. We'll be reapplying shortly, so, like, board things to discuss. Certainly,
Before you, maybe? I don't know. That's still like,
Well, there.
especially with discussion about some training next year.
Jack, that's Jackson. He always likes the end. I think that's so we can escape.
Try to keep it. Hey, how are you? I'm all right.
So we probably need to have I just want to figure out.
I feel like we should have a matchbox.
You should kind of tell us.
No, they get to keep it.
How can I get that?
How will please?
New members, we always get new
We just
members.
gave it.
That's right.
How often do you have to do that?
Oh, how often do we have to take them?
Yeah.
We haven't ever.
Sort of two different
I heard about you
things.
guys, wanting to do with the used to be called yeah, well, it was,
Were you in the military? Yeah, I know your husband was.
No,
Oh, you were?
this one.
What was the training?
This person.
Okay, folks. It's,
See, I tell you.
time to start the meeting. So this is the Newfield Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting for February.
One second.
Well, it's the 22nd. I just wanted to go through. So we have board members Steve Yavich, myself, Kent Lawrence, and we have Bob Elliott and Catherine Tarnowski, Jack Steiner, and Betsy Coates. And we have Catherine as an alternate and Scott Sikowski as an alternate. Okay. So that's the call to order, that's the minutes. We have some ZBA things that we will discuss tonight. The public hearing for the Vernons, which was case 23-02-22-1 and -2, they've been withdrawn. I anticipate, having discussed with the town's attorney, that there will be a reapplication very shortly. There was some things on there that would make it a moot point whether they received it or denied it. So they withdrew, and we're going to make some corrections and reapply. So this evening, I have in mind that we are going to discuss some rules of procedure that have been in the works for some time. And we may also discuss some of the things that we learned that may benefit the planning board for our ordinances to be a little more clear. That's something that sometimes happens with this board, is that we find some shortcomings in descriptives. It's essentially what we have here, and we do our part to bring that to the planning board's attention to try to make it a better situation for everybody. Okay, so the rules of procedure, it was recommended that we add in about presenters having 10 minutes, and then we're putting time limits on people speaking so that it's a little more, well, it's printed, it's published, and then if I decide to hit the gavel on the counter and say, time's up, then they should know that that's one of the
You
possibilities.
can just put in there an agreed upon time rather than an actual time, but.
If we do it with a specified time, Derek mentioned to me that, like in Portsmouth, he made a mistake one time of not asking for more time going into something. His 10 minutes got up. Next person. So we could probably just agree to more time if something is run amok, or just there's a lot more information to be presented on the other side of it, if the information isn't so relevant.
Yeah, I think it's
We can have
benefit.
a reason to exhaust it.
So we should put it under 4, public hearing. That's the, sort of the agenda.
Still looking for where I put the darn little folio that has that in it. Is there a place where we would want to put that on? It's,
Each person, well, 1D, not 1, that's my one. 4D, each person who appears shall be required to state his name and address and indicate whether he is a party to the case or agent of counsel or party to the case. We could put it there.
Just no time limit, the discretion of the chair or the board.
It's just very hard on somebody like Kent, because a lot of times people who are standing up to speak, we all know very well, but there may be a few that we don't. And people tend to not identify themselves when they really should.
Yes, I had in my notes for this particular one, assuming that there would be some invitees that name, residence, for and against.
Yeah.
Actually, it's, if we look at 4, public hearing number, letter G, the applicant shall be called to present his appeal. And then those appearing in favor of the appeal shall be allowed to speak, and then those in opposition to the appeal should be allowed to speak. So I guess right in there you want to put whatever you want to limit it to.
One of the things that I learned being on jury duty a couple of years back is the judge, right in the very beginning, said, this is how we're going to run the meeting, or the hearing. And he went down there about the prosecution and the defense, and that's probably the time, right in the defining the meeting's organization.
Okay, so A, the chairperson shall call a hearing in session and provide a report on the first case. So I guess
That would be the place.
Yep.
So would you say, and an expectation that there may be time limits for each speaker in the interest of?
I'm inclined to put a number down.
You may not want to listen to somebody for 10 minutes.
If it's not relevant, and this potential that we had for this evening, there was only relevance of a dimension and possibly relevance as to where that dimension started. Once it gets outside of that discourse, then I could kind of rein it back in and say, if you're not on topic, then that's what we're meeting about.
Derek had given us some, I don't know, some suggestions. Does anyone have that, what Derek was saying?
There was a place where he said referring to another, like a site plan review or something like, see this chapter, see this section, so that it's more defined. That's what I remember. So if it's unclear in one set of ordinances, but clearer in another document, they should refer to each other so they're consistent with each other.
I don't know how many board members have the proposed rules of procedure. I'm at E. I don't know, 3 or 4 pages in.
You're gonna
It's
have
public hearing procedure. this is,
This is October 2019.
no, or this one. Decisions on this grant, public hearing, procedure, I think it's a procedure. This came out of a different source.
We had it in a file, and Derek had given it to us. We had received it from Derek.
Yeah, I think I have another copy someplace too. This was in the
In a
ZBA
file?
mailbox.
Oh, the rules and procedures?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's significantly thicker than the
it's
one.
different than the one I gave Bob. Oh. I don't know.
And that may be, we just,
It's,
Should have used the one we just got.
yeah, the one that we worked with.
Yeah. That's yours.
All right,
Would you
so I
like me to
have-
make copies of it?
This is the one we worked with.
Okay.
15-minute segments, there was a
yeah.
Should I go make copies? Did I make a copy for you to leave in the box?
Hmm?
May I take a copy?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty much follows the zoning board of adjustment handbook. It's right out of,
Yeah,
it's right out of here.
and that's basically the things that we've been following right along.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's this one.
So anyways, at this public hearing procedure, describe the process, time limits, presenter. And interested parties, parties. And that would go right along into the beginning of the thing before anything starts, so the expectations are already established. Any other comments? And these are the only things that
There was one, Sue took it from me, there's one place where, when we went through this, see, they tell you what's recommended, and it still had
the 30 days recommended.
yeah, we need to just change it.
We need to
30.
make it not recommended.
Not
But
recommended.
that's what it is. It's 30 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on that copy.
And that's for appeal.
No, just, either decisions, that's under decisions, number 5. And there's another place, under 1A, applications, I'm not sure which one is the one that didn't get changed.
Now, the written decision needs to be within five business days. So that 30 days, as far as written decision is not
Right
really.
here, under applications.
Oh, that's what we have to meet. We have to meet. Oh, appeals from administrative decision, appeals.
Yeah, so that should be 30 days.
Right, yeah.
And then,
That's already in this, that I am looking at, and I closed.
Decisions was changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just,
And then this one doesn't say anything, like the rehearing procedure, the application for rehearing needs to be in 30 days. That's really no different than what we've been doing whatsoever. We don't even have a waiver of rules or others. It's nice that in section 2,
waivers.
yes, that's the same.
Any portion of these rules,
Yeah.
procedure may be waived in such cases.
If we vote on it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the waivers end up being the ZBA acting like the ZBA to itself. On the waivers.
Would it be official?
It-
Joint meeting procedure, yeah. Experienced that.
We can't wait for us, it's for the applicant.
You have any notes? You're going to look at this?
Oh, I am, yeah.
Okay.
I should have made, I guess I was short a copy.
No, this is fine. Everybody comfortable with where we're at with rules of procedure? I'll make a motion that we adopt the rules of procedure with the addition of describing the process and time limitations.
A second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Wonderful.
Oh, are you going to make a notation of where you're at next? I heard A, and then I heard B.
Yeah.
Section E.
And I'll just hand this over to you where my notes are. And so did you, this is a little bit, yeah, this is, maybe there may be some difference in,
Did you get the 30 days recommended one? Take out the recommended.
that should be in there, we were discussing that.
Under
In this one, it's already gotten there.
Under applications.
Number one, follow on number application.
Oh, I'm not going to follow this one, all right, we're working with this one now?
Yeah, but where my notes are on this one is where it goes
I
on this one.
understand, okay.
So there was, where was that, Bob, 30 days recommended?
Steve has it.
Steve has it, okay.
Application.
A3. What are we doing with that?
Just making it 30 days, not 30 days.
Oh, all right.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, perfect. And then we're going to add this and the section E of public hearing.
Public hearing procedure, yes, yes,
Any
please.
particular place?
It's going to be fairly early.
Okay, I'll put it in there right away. Actually, shall we do that?
Because it's really before we open discussions. It's
Probably should come in right here. Name and address, and D. That's why you said D earlier. 4D. You agree, Bob?
What's that?
Maybe it should be A.
Oh,
Actually, that's I'm reading it.
choose chairperson shall call a hearing in session and provide a report on the first case.
And announce time limits.
Oh,
Yeah, and that,
Yeah, well, it must be early, real early. Whether it's done exactly that way may depend on the meetings.
am I putting it in A or B?
Did you get re-ups on both?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Those are the things that I was interested in continuing to come up to a meeting this evening.
All right, so did you take a vote?
We did.
All in favor?
How about, can we take a look at the application?
We can.
Are you looking at the same one on the forms? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
There's one for variance. Is this our latest one, sir?
What is that? This is, again, we're talking about the rules and regulations?
No, application.
Oh, I handed them the application, but they gave me everything, and it's 33 pages. I gave them an equitable waiver application.
No, I mean, we're just reviewing the forms.
The form, basically it's our instruction form for how somebody, what somebody needs to do applying.
Okay, so whatever's in that book is the latest.
In the
The one I
handbook.
gave you, yes. That's what I have in file.
Did you get any of this stuff? So we have this, in the book, there's one for a variance, and there's one for a special exception,
Yes,
and one for a dimensional.
Equitable waiver.
and there's another one.
There's another
And
one
one
that's
plus for a
appeals
hearing.
of administrative decision.
yeah, administrative decision, yeah.
I have all of those in file downstairs.
Those can be contentious.
So on this one here, application for a variance, on this, which looks like instructions, number one, it says a copy of the notice of violation or a letter from the denying body stating the reasons for the violation must accompany this application, which Derek mentioned last night.
There was,
Okay.
yeah, he did, we kind of probably went into that a little bit.
But
I
it's,
thought that there was a state statute that came to our attention at one point that said that you didn't have to have a denial if you were going to get a denial, if there was a fault that you wished to go to the zoning board of adjustment for before your building permit application, say. And so we've allowed that, and a little bit, it felt like a pain.
I just always look at the ZBA as purely appellate. You had to be rejected somewhere to get there. So,
it's
I
the
can-
trigger.
yeah.
I can understand. So what if they went to the building inspector says you'll have to have a waiver for this, or a variance for this?
So that's his
That's
denial.
But that's not on a building permit application, it's a letter.
No, I'm sure we would.
That would be a
able-
trigger for us,
Should be.
acceptable? Then they're not spending a lot of engineering money for something that our board, if it's wetlands and we
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
no, they won't have a lot invested in that answer.
Yeah,
Uh,
what about in my situation, I didn't have a denial. It was like,
You can't do that.
requesting an exception based on what the
But,
zoning
yeah.
laws allow for proactively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to happen that way.
But was there some guidance from the state saying that it can happen that way?
It can, yeah, and other towns skip it entirely,
Yeah.
but
That's what was interesting to me, is kind of Derek ended up saying that it was kind of 50/50. That,
Well, we could end up with some real Looney Tunes
Sure.
coming in here. I mean, there's got to be.
Right.
there's got to be a trigger of some sort.
An official,
Yeah,
right,
it's-
exactly.
Right.
With the building inspector being a filter.
With the what?
The building inspector being a filter.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
some public official.
So,
Something.
in the application process, do we want to have something in here
Instructions?
This one?
that indicates that there needs to be
Well, like, yeah, like it says here.
Yeah, so,
So, what did you do? Did you send a letter? How did, I forget your case.
I just,
Yeah.
I filled out, no, I filled out an application
What?
for a variance.
And then just brought it.
But did Larry deny it?
No.
No.
a, it wasn't, yours was use, it wasn't dimensions.
No, it was, but it was, outside of the bounds of the zoning ordinances for home occupation.
Home
Yeah.
occupation.
So it was a request.
But
variance
you didn't have a letter or
saying
something
that we were
stating.
violating anything. We just said, hey, we're violating something, we need permission. Look, we just found out we're
Before we
violating
go.
something. Mhm. So maybe there's.
Well, in that case, I mean, that was refreshing to have somebody come in for that clarification and that process, as opposed to making the select board be an enforcing body.
Exactly.
And,
You just have to be a little bit careful. I don't know, I don't think there'll be a flood of people applying, but we don't generally meet on a regular basis. It's not like, I mean, somebody would have to go to quite a bit of trouble to find out when we're meeting.
well, it's sort of published last Wednesday of the month.
It doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't always happen.
Well, no, there has to be an application, and there has to be a
There does have to be an
reason.
application, and there needs to be a public
reason.
notice.
Some towns do meet
A reason.
regardless,
Yeah.
every fourth
Oh,
Monday.
no, yeah.
Now, Derek asked me to consider how fast can we meet again to hear this application for an equitable waiver and a variance that hasn't yet appeared. Are we
March.
willing to, that was my reaction too, is we have a March meeting coming up, that's soon enough.
Yeah,
Well, we could tweak the date a little bit. I read in the letter that the Vernons would be away during our regular schedule.
But-
We could do it like the third Wednesday. We could change it.
but the lawyers still,
The
lawyers-
presenter is here.
How long does it take for the notice procedure?
I think the minimum is 10 days, but I can just say 2 weeks. Is that what you use, Sue?
I think it's
2
less
weeks,
than that.
2 weeks for notice.
Need to get it in the paper, then I need to notify them.
Yeah.
So they should cool their jets.
So the last Wednesday is
We'll
the
ju- we'll-
29th of March, that's when they're away?
Yeah, that's what was in the email,
It's like 5 Wednesdays in March.
of course.
Uh,
Could that be?
Yeah, it's a long month. Probably, because it starts with the first.
they stole one from February.
Yeah, they did, it's a
Right?
long month.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, what we can do is possibly consider the fourth one and just email people's availability. We haven't gotten the application yet. I kind of hate to make a whole lot of effort into it.
If it hasn't been legally noticed,
It hasn't,
yeah, we can't rush that.
right.
We can do that to remit once it's
They may have actually be up to a challenge. The way I understand it, the dimensions which they are going to ask relief from are going to be different. That's the only thing.
Yeah, and
It's not going to make it look better than the last one. The last one looked pretty banana.
the inspection?
No.
Oh.
It's exactly the same case, but instead of 13 inches, it may end up being 18 feet 6.
I don't think it's going to be the same case because the inspection that Derek furnished us by the Newmarket guy, it says in there they have to get a new building permit.
They've applied for that.
So if they have to get a new building permit,
That's exactly the way I went.
they're going to have to get pushed back to site plan review. And then we might be just hearing a number of different things, not just the one thing.
You're really gonna go
That's
through
what I
this?
sort of thought, but Jared kind of made me just go, no, it's just a change in number. And I just said, well, maybe it will be just a change in number. And all of the other things go through planning board. They're all mostly planning board issues that were.
Was that before or after the new inspection that Derek commented?
This was this afternoon when he called me and told me they withdrew.
Oh.
And it was moments after that she had officially requested that withdrawal. And that was his take on it. Same case, different day, different number.
I think, just given what does anyone have that inspection?
It's just such a, it's just,
I would say we'll pull it up. We
It's
don't
just
need to
such a-
set any dates.
We
This-
don't.
no, we don't.
It's just wait until that process unfolds.
That process unfolds,
Right.
we email compatibility for us.
We
and
keep
then
our dates.
Then it's posted. Then it gets posted, and that's the official
I
announcement.
think they need to keep in mind that it does need to be legally posted. It's not like this is
Oh,
the same meeting postponed. It's,
It's a different case numbers, so that sort of answers your question, Sue, a little bit, it's a whole new application,
Okay.
and it does require notices again, so there's cost to the
Okay.
applicant
Oh, here it is.
to,
they really have to come to site plan review again?
apparently it wasn't, well, they never did it in the first place. Because it was portrayed like as a farm building, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of exempt. The sticky thing there is there was kind of some exemptions from doing some of this, but there was no exemption from setbacks.
Correct.
And in reading the things that it was exempt for, maybe you could assume.
Yeah.
uh,
I get that part. That is a project if they think they can turn around and.
Apparently, Derek had seen to some degree the application, and it wasn't really great presentation, which is, I mean, what do we expect? It's more of the same.
Let's see when they get it put in and
Yeah.
notice, and then we can
Yep.
accelerate, we'll try to accelerate.
This David Evans is saying here, it's going to be permitting for a commercial building under the International Building Code, requires building plans prepared by a design professional, the authority having jurisdiction. So it's a different, kind of a different beast.
It is. Now, this answers many of the questions that the planning board, there's a whole list of things the planning board had for them at the end of their meeting. And that was on the list, I think, suggestion that it be brought up to
A different code.
code for as it's being used, as opposed to, I used the term perhaps not with legal definition, but private use to public use. Residential, commercial.
Right, exactly.
The private use makes it, gives you a mental image of being family or going in there, and maybe the farm away. Public use is people coming in.
Yeah, that requires, and Jack probably knows better than me, that requires flush toilets, so many bathrooms, so many urinals.
Right, it depends on the code you're enforcing. And
Yeah,
the use of it.
This higher level, is that what we call it, code?
This
It's
will-
getting pushed into
Yeah,
that.
right. It's on the use. It's not a residence.
Right. You were looking something up here, Bob.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Permitting for a commercial building under the International Building Code requires building plans provided by a design inspection. And then,
Okay, so
you know, and
my
then,
understanding is that the design that they submitted
doesn't,
isn't that.
yeah. Yeah, because
That's not, we're not addressing that.
right, exactly. What they submitted was this.
Yeah.
And that won't go with the commercial. Yeah, you're right, because, you know, what you were saying, Ken, was, it was approved as a deck for storage and freezers or whatever.
Refrigeration.
But now we have the public in there, not the farm boy, as Ken said.
Yeah.
Is it
and it's-
appropriate for us to keep going in this direction?
Yeah, if it's not followed.
Uh,
We ought to see what they come up with on the site plan.
Right, but the
And many of these things are planning board issue.
Yeah.
We're not, seem to be discussing setback, except for that it's different than, and that's really all I
So that's what we have to keep our
That's
eyes
what
on.
we have to keep out of, and
There's enough fingers in the pots.
there certainly are some other things that are going to be a challenge, but they're not on our plate.
Well, they could get everything resolved through the planning board. That could happen.
This,
Without
yes,
a
doubtful,
requirement
but
for
they-
variance.
yes, they could.
They could, yeah, they could.
That's one of the options, there's a challenge in doing so, but,
So we agree, we're not setting any new dates.
No.
no,
We can't.
It's premature.
Yeah. And they may run into a snag and.
I almost anticipate
They might need
that
more time.
that would be,
I don't know how they can come up with this. Well,
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
okay, I don't have anything more. Does anybody have anything you want to bring up for discussion with this? Okay. Make a motion.
Raises.
Raises?
Raises, yeah. Can we discuss raises?
You get
Did
more,
they tell you?
you probably want twice
Twice.
as much.
Did they tell you?
I was gonna say 100%.
Twice as, I want 200 times, but
I make a motion that we adjourn
How much is
this
that?
meeting.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye. Thank you.
I think it should be like, stipend.
You look at that next year, everybody.
Well, not next year.
Oh, next year. I can't do it this year. But it's in. Now, if it was deliberative, you still have deliberative.
Yeah.
but I think that I do want to actually write a letter saying good now.
Return.
You know.
Yeah, that-
And then accompany the evidence attached to that. Yes, and then the other part, I just go off.